Alright, so gotta put some air in that steer tire. And then we're gonna head over and pick up a boom that is headed up to Williston, North Dakota. We've been sitting here for a day. Again, missed another day. It's not been a good month, unfortunately, you know, but it's part of what we deal with, you know, missing days and stuff like that, and being that, you know, I'm an owner-operator, if you know, I don't get paid for my downtime, so the wheels ain't turning, I'm not earning, so let's go earn. I need to go get checked in and get loaded and get rolling, so no more wasted time. Let's do it. Sure, it's a little cold, but that doesn't really mean anything. The show must go on, so we work in all kinds of weather. All right, well, got the paperwork, and if you don't know, which I don't know, I don't really know heavy machinery. My son knows heavy machinery better than I do, and he's 2.5, and that's not an exaggeration. But anyway, that's an 800 AJ boom lift, and weighs about 35,000 pounds. So once I got around the corner, I went ahead and I closed up those axles. But if you enjoyed that little sequence there, please consider subscribing down below, and if you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a thumbs up. But this boom is going back to a customer up in Williston, North Dakota. Now, Williston, North Dakota is not exactly the ideal spot that you want to be. There's just not a ton of freight up there. If you're gonna be up there though, it's probably best to be a flatbed or a step deck. So, you know, I got that going for me, right? You know, kind of the game plan, well, really, it wasn't a game plan. The game plan was just get a daggum load, and that's what happened. So, got this one, and headed up there. So, gonna be watching the load boards like a hawk. Gonna ask for some help watching the load boards like a hawk. You know, if you're an owner-operator and you're kind of a solo, you're kind of a one-man do-all, then having somebody watch the load boards is gonna be so profitable for you. So anyway, gonna watch the load boards all the way to Williston, try to get something to run me all the way through the weekend. And because, you know, losing that day yesterday, all I did was go and unload, and I had a fresh clock, so I need to be running all the way through the weekend, and this does kind of work out as long as I can grab a load and run all the way through the weekend. So wish me luck. Yeah, it's gonna be cold, but you know what? We're gonna enjoy the ride, so let's go. All right, so stop for a little go juice. Weather is, man, it's everywhere right now. You know, kind of looking at the map all over the United States, just all kinds of roads are shut down. It's just snowing everywhere, just nasty weather. So, you know, all of you out there, please be careful, be safe, don't push it. I'm not gonna try to push it tonight. I've got 656 miles to go. That'll get me kind of close to where I wanna be. And I really, you know, I don't have to necessarily deliver this until Friday morning, and this is Wednesday. So, you know, the weather just really in the winter time predicts, you know, how much we can make, you know, how much we can go and how many miles that we can put down. And today is certainly no different. I'm hoping to sneak up into Montana. I'm having to reroute. I'm not going to be able to go through Yellowstone. I was really excited about that, getting some footage of that maybe next time. But gonna shoot up into Montana and shut her down. Hopefully, cross your fingers it doesn't get too bad tonight, but need to get some go juice for myself. Gonna clean off this windshield, and then it's back to work. Well, that was quite a day. Started off nice and early with hitting the load boards, finding a load, and you know, from there went and picked up the load, had to secure it, and then drove through a little bit of traffic, wasn't too terrible, but then hit what really made this a day, because I only drove actually 500 miles. You know, 500 miles, which sounds like a lot, is really not all that much in trucker terms. You know, it can be, but you know, 500 miles for me is usually a pretty light day. What made it really rough were the two snowy patches. The two just, it got pretty nasty on at first back in Idaho. It got pretty nasty there, and was able to get through it. You could tell that they maintained the roads really, really well. So that was nice, and was able to make it through that, get out, and then once I, you know, got into Montana, it got nice and clear. But when you go up into, I believe it's Butte, when you go into up into Butte, Montana, you climb, and so the elevation is much higher, and the higher in elevation you get, typically the more snow you deal with. Now, that didn't deal with any snow in Butte. I had to make a decision because I was watching, you know, I was watching the weather apps kind of the whole way, and had to make a decision before I got to Butte whether I was gonna stop there or if I was gonna try to press on. Now, east of Butte is a lot of mountain passes. There's just lots of mountains, and I'm actually stopped in Bozeman, Montana right now, and I'll show you the, you know, there's the, the advisory that I'm in for. And I'm really hoping that it's not too bad. I don't know, maybe maybe that wish is like a candle in the wind, I don't know, but you know, hoping that it's not too bad, hoping that I can actually get up and get moving, because I think once I get, oh, I forget the little town, but once I get basically about another 100 miles, maybe 150 miles east of here, I should be in okay shape to make it all the way to where I need to be, so that way I can deliver Friday morning. On a typical day, I would be delivering this load tomorrow afternoon. It was what, 800 and some change, and running through Yellowstone would have been nice, but having to have that detour to go up to Butte and then over added quite a bit of mileage. So it was a lot of miles, plus I was moving a little bit slower than usual. So, you know, that kind of amounted to slower moving and put off my delivery longer. So unfortunately, just not gonna make as much this week. You know, it's just part of what we deal with as truck drivers. So anyway, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what tomorrow brings. So if you're curious what tomorrow brings, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Ring that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. But remember, stay driven.